This is Joseph Ryan Banks here with another video. This is kind of spur of the moment, off the cuff kind of talking here. Given recent events, I feel like I had to say something. We've been, first off, I just want to say, if you haven't seen our podcast, True Crimes of the Empire, where Mike and Jared and I talk about current events and history, particularly South Africa right now. This is the season that we're in right now. You can find that, links in the description. Go check out the Patreon. You can find our podcast on pretty much every podcast app or whatever you can find, and leave us a rating and everything. It really, really helps us out a lot. But anyways, I really wanted to get into the meat of what's been going on recently. So yesterday was Trump's inauguration, and it was a sight to behold. Let's just say that. We had Trump basically admitting to rigging the election in Pennsylvania at the very least. There's a clip that I'll show of him just like saying it outright.
And he knows those computers better than anybody, all those computers, those vote counting computers. And we ended up winning Pennsylvania like in a landslide, so...
You know, he's, and people are just like cool with it. People are fine with it. People are totally okay with it. We've also got Elon Musk. Probably the biggest thing that, my biggest takeaway from this is that not only is Elon Musk like the richest man on the planet now, I think he surpassed Jeff Bezos. I think he's at like 400 or, I think Jeff Bezos was at 400 billion and now Elon Musk is at like 800 billion or something like that. He's approaching $1 trillion in his personal wealth. It's disgusting. I'm gobsmacked. There's no reason for billionaires to even exist. There's no fucking reason for people like that to walk on the same planet as us. Billionaires are not real people. They're subhuman. They are less than people. They don't deserve any rights. They don't deserve any ability to do what they are doing. Just it's plain as simple as that. Billionaires should not exist. Trump in his inauguration, and when he was being sworn in, he didn't even have his hand on the Bible, you know. And like me being like I'm an atheist, I don't really give a shit about that kind of stuff. But if you were a Christian nationalist and your main guy was Donald J. Trump, and that you think that he was going to make America great again, and it was all based in this like Christian Zionism sort of shit, and you see him being sworn in and not putting his hand on the Bible, doesn't that contradict at least some part of your Christian nationalism? Does it contradict anything about that, or is it just because it's Trump and therefore he can do whatever he wants and it doesn't matter? His first few executive orders that he signed, he's signed that we're, basically leaving the World Health Organization. He's made an executive order to define human sex to be strictly in the binary, that there are only male and female genders, which is another disgusting thing that he said and did. Yeah, we live in a fascist Nazi country. The Nazis were inspired by our laws when they were creating their racial segregation laws. They looked to us. They looked to America. They looked to the United States of America as an inspiration for writing their laws. Look at Jim Crow. Look at slavery. I think it was roughly 30 or 40% of the labor in the economy of Nazi Germany was slave labor. Not wage slaves, but actual honest to God fucking slaves. Because they had concentration camps and they had work camps and they had places where they would sequester all of the gays, all of the Jews, all of the communists, and they would either kill them or put them to work. And make no mistake about what I'm saying here. Biden was also a fascist, is a fascist. There is more continuity between administrations than there is disconnect between them. And all the people that are saying like, oh my God, how could this happen? You know, oh, this just blows my mind. I don't even get it. What is even happening right now? What the fuck is happening? It's been like this for years, for centuries, for decades. It's been like this for a long fucking time. And if you're only just now realizing it, then you have been insulated. You have been isolated from reality. When Elon Musk did the fucking Sieg Heil, he did it multiple times. He made it crystal fucking clear that he is a Nazi. And the Anti-Defamation League, you know what they said when they came out? That when right after that happened? The Anti-Defamation League, notoriously funded by Israel and Zionist lobbies, came out and said that, it doesn't, it kind of looks like a Nazi salute, but it was actually, Elon was actually just doing an awkward gesture. It has nothing to do with his racism and his fascism and his Nazism. He's just an excited guy. And we need unity in this moment of time. There's another article that came out that was describing what Elon did. His awkward gesture, quote unquote, his Nazi salute. They were using the ADL's own definition of what a Nazi salute looks like. I mean, it's unbelievable, people. Okay? This is the United States. It's been like this for such a long fucking time. Liberalism is objectively the moderate wing of fascism. Stalin said that social democracy is the moderate wing of fascism. And I'm going to extend that out to liberalism in general, because all liberals are closeted fascists. All of the people that are clutching their pearls at what Trump does did not give a fuck about what was going on under Biden. They did not give a single flying fuck what Biden did. Biden was sending weapons and arms to Israel to bomb and murder children and to kill people in cold blood. And that ceasefire agreement that happened just a couple days ago, it means fucking nothing. Absolutely fucking nothing. They violated it the same day that it was made. They were already shooting children, burning people down in the fucking West Bank. They've already invaded further into Jenin City. Okay? Bulldozers. In Rafah, they're still killing people. Israel is still killing Palestinians in Rafah, in Gaza, in the West Bank. There is no fucking ceasefire that's happening. It's all theater. It's all political theater. And what am I doing? I'm just screaming into the void. I have to get heart surgery soon. This is a time for everyone to strap in and strap up. Okay? The Nazis and the fascists and the conservatives, they read history. They know what's going on. You know, the DNC, their whole side of the election with Kamala, it was a cash grab. That's all it was. There was no way that they were going to fucking win, and they didn't care. All of the, oh, he's a fascist, and we're actually the good guys, everybody. We believe in democracy here. Kamala is such a fucking cunt. Cunt Mala. It was a crash grab. The Harris campaign spent nearly $2 billion. They made so much goddamn fucking money. And Bernie Sanders, he was a sellout. He was a sellout the moment that he gained any mainstream attention. He's an establishment Democrat who voted against removing military forces in the Bosnian War in 1998, supporting Bill Clinton. He voted in favor of the Kosovo War in 1999, along with the rest of the Democrats in line with Clinton. He voted in favor of the use of military forces post 9/11. And he was a complete sellout for Kamala and Genocide Joe. He came up with a video right before the election happened and said, yeah, the Democrats are funding a genocide in Israel, in Gaza, in Palestine. But you know what's actually worse than that? Donald Trump. And now he's just going along and voting with whatever shit that Trump puts on his table. That ever comes up on his desk. Biden and the whole ruling class are fucking demons. As a friend of mine has said so eloquently, they are all demonic. They will stand in front of 4K cameras and say the most insane fucking shit. This is the world that we're living in. This is reality. The reality is that the United States is the most evil empire to ever grace the globe. We're the only empire that has dropped fucking nukes on people. On another imperialist power, no less. You think Japan wasn't also an imperialist country during World War II? They were. They invaded China. They fucking owned China for a while there. They owned like almost all of Indonesia. They owned Korea. They occupied all of these territories. Kim Il-sung, the originator of the Juche concept in North Korean socialism. That was all to combat the years of propaganda that Japan had put the Korean people under. It was to combat the liberalism and the capitalist ideology that Japan had put them under. This country is filled with fascists. This is a very, very, very fascist country. Let's talk about Red Note. Little Red Book. Jiao Hong Shu. I think that's how you say it. Little Red Book. The TikTok ban was so blatantly a ploy to garner support for Donald Trump. The message that it presented, immediately praising Trump before, like with the overnight kind of ban and then subsequent reinstatement of TikTok. You can go on there and try to search Trump rigging election and no results come up. You can search Elon Musk doing Nazi salute and nothing comes up. It is filled with propaganda now. It is owned by Meta. So don't use TikTok anymore. The main reason that it was being banned in the first place is because the Israelists, the Israel lobby, knew that it was exposing their fucking war crimes. It was exposing what was actually happening in Palestine. And if you're a left-wing content creator like I am, you are suppressed on basically any platform that's owned by Elon Musk, shocker there, or Meta. On Facebook, I get comments saying, "Oh, look at this idiot. Look at this dimwit." When I'm sharing a video of Elon Musk doing the Nazi salute. Like, do you actually know what the fuck you're talking about? Madison Square Garden, 1939. Nazi rally. Police were fighting anti-Nazis. That's what the headline said. Police clash with anti-Nazis. That's what they were called before they were called Antifa. I don't even know what to say sometimes when it comes to all this shit. I don't even know where to start, where to begin. Because it's just a continuous stream of like back to back to back awful things happening. And I don't want to risk devolving myself into liberalist thought and saying like, oh no, I don't know what to do, so I'm just gonna be by myself and like, you know, just stick to my guns and do whatever by myself and whatever. Like, no, we are in a polycrisis. Another term that Mike has used, and I quite enjoy it. Polycrisis. You know, I was dealing with like a major bout of depression recently, mainly due to this just the boundless world that we live in of bad thing happening after other bad thing. And you know what the root cause of all of it is? It's capitalism. It's not human nature. It's capitalism. It is the American culture. The American culture creates these crises. The American culture is imperialism. And we can talk about China doing its own thing, but nothing that China does ever fucking compares to what the United States does in terms of its severity, its horrendousness. It's like every big country, whether you're in the Soviet bloc, or you're in the imperialist bloc, or you're sub-imperialist, or you're or you're China. There are other smaller countries around you that you are influencing economically. That's just how it fucking works. That's just how that's how fucking materialism is, dude. Okay? The market reforms, those things, I could not see them going in any other direction with that, okay? Vietnam has a market socialist economy, just like China has a market socialist economy. Or if you'd rather call it state capitalism moving towards socialism. You know, it's like we still, whatever the fuck they're doing, it's way fucking better than what we have here. It is way fucking better than what we have here. The US is falling behind, not because China is some like technocracy that's like blowing up the world with evil Chinese magic, you know? They have an economic system and a political system that caters to protecting its people and actually serving those people. Their poverty reduction is staggering. In America, we need a little red book. We need a little red book to rile up the masses and fucking radicalize them. And this little instance of cultural exchange between America and China through the app, Jiahongshu. That is the beginning. Because I have seen so many videos of people just saying like, oh my God, every bit of American propaganda about China that we've been told over the years is fucking wrong. They can afford groceries. They don't have to work multiple jobs in order to pay rent. They have beautiful apartments in cities and the countryside. It is so gorgeous in China. It's beautiful there. They are the most populous country in the world, if not them, then India. I can't remember exactly. It's one of those two. But they have over 1 billion people living in their country, and they take care of them. They don't suffer from the same degree of social maladies that we do in the United States. The United States is like 300 million people. And we can't afford basic fucking healthcare? No. It's because we're not organizing our society in a way that allows for that to happen. We have organized our society in such a way that it benefits and promotes the rugged individualism of the billionaire class, of the capitalists. What's the phrase? Seek nothing but wealth, forgetting all but self. That is the mantra of the United States. That is the mantra of America, of Columbia. I don't mean Columbia the country, I mean Columbus-ia. Christopher Columbus's country, the United States. Because he was a settler colonizer. The United States is a settler colonial nation, built off of the backs of a genocided indigenous population. We are a more successful Nazi Germany than Nazi Germany ever was. That fact alone should clue you in to how fucking awful it is here. We are a better Nazi Germany than Nazi Germany could have ever been. That's why Elon Musk can go up there and do his Nazi salute and people cheer. People are in an uproar. And I think it's really funny that there are so many news outlets that are like, oh man, it appears that Elon made some sort of Nazi salute or some awkward gesture or an excited gesture. Like, dude, he knows what he did and you know what he did, but nobody's gonna fucking say it. This country is a Nazi, fascist, settler colonial society. And to be a communist, you have to be for land back. In order to be a socialist, in order to be a fucking real communist, in order to be a Marxist-Leninist, you have to be pro-land back, pro-indigenous rights, pro-LGBT. In the new world, in the new society that we need to create ourselves, we have a lot of fucking work to do in the United States. This country has a multiplicity. Okay? It is not just a single white glass. When you shine a light through it, a rainbow pours out. Okay? There are people in this country that do care. Call them commies, call them reds, call them tankies, whatever you fucking want. But they're the people that actually know what the fuck is going on, okay? They're the people that actually know what's going on. And anarchists, you can keep your anarchism, okay? But it doesn't help at all. It is libidinal, infantile communism. I'm sorry to say it. You know, I'm not even sorry. It's liberalism. Anarchists are liberals. Okay? If you're an anarchist and you're like, oh no, the USSR was really evil and China is really evil and, there's no such thing as real existing communism, you're either a fucking trot or you're an anarchist or a liberal, and they're all like, it's the Venn diagram between all those is a fucking circle. I'm tired, y'all. I'm so tired, guys. I'm tired of this crazy shit happening. Not that it is confusing, but that it falls right in line with the fucking pattern recognition. Okay? I'm not going to sit here and tell you, I have no idea what's going on, guys. Oh no, I don't know what's going on. What are we going to do? That is the liberal answer. The liberal answer is to say that none of us know what's really happening, so just do your best by yourself and with your family and like only do what's best for you. That is the liberal response. You have to actively combat your own fucking liberalism, okay? Mao said, combat liberalism. I got the collected works of Mao Zedong Volume 2 for Christmas. Thanks, guys. Thanks, family. It was really nice. Thank you for getting that for me. I think he's got like 20-something volumes, so it's going to be a while before I have the rest of that. But it'll be wonderful when it's on my bookshelf and it's all there together, you know? That is to say that it is important to read. Put the phone down and start reading. Okay? Not to say that there is no benefit to having social media or watching videos, because videos can be educational. You can learn history through videos, but you have to be extra careful when consuming these things passively. When you're not critical. When you're not stretching your critical thinking muscles while you're consuming a documentary about Nazi Germany or America or, the Revolutionary War or whatever the subject it is. You have to be critically analyzing what you are consuming, form an active opinion about it as you are consuming it, and ask questions. Literacy is not just being able to read and write. It is being able to understand and question and synthesize. That's media literacy. Being able to pop open a news article and figure out who's writing this, who does it benefit, who is it targeting. Follow the money and you will know who it benefits. Keep Palestine in your heart, in your mind, because we are all Palestinians. And if Israel is bulldozing them, Israel is going to bulldoze us too, through the United States, through NATO. Fascism is an ever-growing ideology. It's not separate from capitalism. Fascism is capitalism, and we have to smash it. Keep me in your thoughts and prayers. Keep Palestine in your heart and minds. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.